Hi, I created a slideshow and I'd like to show it to you that concerns the single board model, and I'm calling this the single board model for dummies. My name is the Reverend Dr. Larry Jameson. This is a presentation that should help you to understand the single board model that we're proposing at all three churches at Prospect, Trinity, and Asbury United Methodist Churches in Harrington, Delaware. So we need to ask the question, why change our administrative structure? Well, we want our churches to become simpler, nimbler, and more accountable. Currently, this is the organization that we have. We have a church council, which has about 11 or so people on it. And then underneath that, there's a board of trustees, a finance committee, a staff parish relations committee, and then a nominating committee. We've been doing this for many decades now in the United Methodist Church. Here's an example of the one board model for a local church. There's a minimum of 9 people on the board and a maximum of 15. And so these will be elected in classes. You can elect 3, 6, 9, or 4, 8, 12, or 5, 10, 15 people in these different classes. A separate nominating committee is considered not part of the church council or the church board because they want to maintain their independence. You don't want the board members re-electing themselves over and over again. So what happened to the board of trustees and the finance committee? Well, the church conference will elect the one board member to be designated as a trustee chair and a one board member to be a finance chair. The church board will act as the trustees and as the finance committee. Now, these 9 leaders, when elected, are going to be members of the church board. You've got your chairperson of the church board, the lay leader, the lay member of annual conference, the finance chair, the church treasurer, the trustee chair, a couple of people from pastor parish relations committee, and a youth member. So there's your basic 9, and you can increase that if you like. Now, how often will the church board meet? Well, your church gets to decide that. Here's some options. You can meet every month, or you can meet every 2 months, or every 3 months, or how often you'd like to. Now, who can attend these board meetings? Well, any professing member of the church is welcome. And really, just anybody from our church family. Elected board members have a vote. And occasionally, the board is going to want to have an executive meeting, and that will be for board members only to consider personnel or PPRC matters. So hopefully, more than the structure will change, because we would like to improve the way our meetings work too. And so we'd like to see more SMART goals and more vision work about making disciples. Now, SMART goals are defined as specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. If you've ever been to one of our church council meetings, you know the typical agenda. There's a prayer, and there's a pastor's report, a finance report, and the trustees report, and a number of other reports. And then there's old business, and then there's new business. Now, in the single board meeting, we hope to redefine our agenda and the way we do things. It's going to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And hopefully we're going to focus in on spiritual formation, setting goals, and praying together to make a difference in our community. Now, here are some differences. There are fewer committees, and there are fewer meetings. And there's more time for ministry, Lord willing. Now, we still have the same annual reports to the district superintendent every year. And hopefully there's more focus on making disciples, which is the reason we have a church. Now, if you'd like to learn more about the single board model, we'd like to invite you to attend a Zoom meeting where the Reverend Blair Hall is going to be teaching us and answering questions. That's going to take place on Tuesday, August the 25th at 7 p.m. And here's the contact numbers for you to join us. Thank you so much for listening to this presentation.